This is Nick with Build Brothers Roofing. Started my digital inspection at 6261 Crystal Lake Avenue out here in La Mesa. We are underneath a 3-tab asphalt shingle roof. We typically like to start underneath the eave of the home. Eaves of the home are going to consist of your fascia board, you got your rafter tails, and then you have your starter board. And the reason why I like to start underneath the eave is that it gives us a really good idea about what kind of wood damage we can expect, wood repair that we can expect on these projects. It lets me know how good of a job the roof is doing as far as keeping water off the property as well. And based off of just a visual inspection, you know, I don't see a whole lot of watermarks underneath these eaves. I took a walk around the rest of the home as well. Didn't really see anything that stood out too much. Now, this is a really steep roof, as you can see. So that water is gonna flow freely. But a couple things that I do want to point out. So number one, it's a 3-tab shingle roof. Right off the bat, that lets me know that this is going to be an aged product. You can see the amount of granules that have been accumulating in the gutters over the years. And that's telling me that the oils on this asphalt shingle product have started to evaporate. And as those granules or the oils evaporate, the granules deplete and they end up in the gutters or on the driveway. You can also see that the adhesiveness of the shingle is starting to go as well. So see how easily this starts to flap up. So when it does start to rain, that wind whips through, picks these shingles up, and then that water gets right into all these nail holes. All right, I'm gonna work my way up to the top here really quickly. Point out a few more things. So again, you can see it more on this side. All these dark spots, that's all the fiberglass that is beginning to be exposed. You can see how shiny that stuff is. So once that fiberglass is exposed, the waterproofing is greatly affected on this roof. I meant to show down here that this is a second layer of shingle that is on this roof. And when I lifted that first layer up, or the layer that you can see, I noticed that they installed this second layer without installing any underlayment underneath it. So they just basically nailed new shingles on top of old shingles, and that is not up to code. You'll notice that the majority of penetrations, the sealant around the penetrations has started to wear through. So those are going to need to be resealed as well. And then you'll also notice that we have a ton of exposed nail heads on this roof also. So each and every one of these ridge caps has exposed nail heads throughout. Any exposed nail head on a roof is a leak waiting to happen. So we want to make sure that that is addressed. But again, this is a very aged product. And when you have an aged product on the roof with exposed nail heads, there's a good chance that water is going to start ending up getting into the home itself. Now we have another flat section on this roof that I'm going to hop on. So I'm going to stop this video. We're going to transfer over to this tar and gravel roof to check out what the condition of that roof is. All right, here we are on the flat section of the roof. We got a tar and gravel roof over here. Again, older material. You can see that this counter flashing is compromised. It's coming away from the wall itself, so that will need to be repaired. You'll also notice that a lot of the smooth underneath this tar and gravel is starting to be exposed. So once that's exposed, all that fiberglass becomes exposed as well. You can see how shiny it's getting. And these are all telltale signs that the product has been well past its life expectancy. You'll also notice just from this angle, you can see how some of these nails are starting to protrude from the shingle product itself. Just something to point out. But again, you can see how this sheet is starting to come loose along the drip edge. Again, once the adhesiveness starts to come apart from the drip edge itself, more signs that the product itself has gone past its life expectancy. Now, for this particular portion of the roof, what I would suggest doing is upgrading it to a TPO material. Because this area underneath it is a living space, we want to make sure it stays nice and cool. TPO does a fantastic job of reflecting sunlight and heat off of this roof. For us, more importantly, it's extremely waterproof. So when it's installed, it's going to turn this entire roof plane into one singular membrane. Does a great job of withstanding any ponding water, water that just sits on the roof. The other nice thing about this roof is that it is algae resistant as well when it comes to the TPO portion of it. So due to the age of this roof, the fact that we have all these repairs that are going to need to be done, the fiberglass that has been exposed, I am going to recommend that this portion of the roof ends up being replaced. As far as the slope section of the roof goes, just based off the age of it, the amount of fiberglass that is exposed, the lack of adhesiveness on the shingles as well, you can see all these nails that are starting to protrude also all the gravel that has been accumulating, the granules that have been accumulating in the gutters themselves. Again, these are all signs that this roof has gone well past its life expectancy. And with any roof, it is good to be proactive when it comes to repairs and replacement so that we are not dealing with more damage when it comes to the interior work that comes from leaks. That is it for my inspection.